definition. This is an intestinal disorder. Which system are we discussing? The digestive system. So this is an intestinal disorder which is characterized by inflammation, abdominal pains, and painful straining to empty the bowels with diarrhea often containing blood and mucus. What is wrong with this definition? What is wrong with the definition? We said the definition should have how many things? 3. So what is wrong? What is missing in this definition? Characterized by signs and symptoms. So what is missing in this definition? We have not been told the cause. What is causing this blood? What organism is responsible? The beginning of the definition is okay. So this can be amplified by saying dysentery is an intestinal disorder caused by the Shigella species, characterized by inflammation, all that. So your definition at all times should have a cause embedded in it. A cause should be in it. Okay? Let's go to the causes. What causes dysentery? The main causative organisms of dysentery, number 1, would include Shigella species, okay? External invasive E. coli, external hemorrhagic Escherichia coli, Yersinia enterocolicia, Salmonella species, and Amoeba histolytica. Okay? Now, my focus is on the Shigella species, disregarding the rest, just on one, Shigella species. Now, before we go to the Shigella species, let's move on to the types of dysentery. There are too many types of dysentery. Number 1, bacillary or shigellosis. Number 2, amoebic dysentery or amoebiasis. So 2 many types of dysentery. Colleagues that are not here, please, when they appear, teach them. So 2 main types of dysentery. We have number 1, bacillary dysentery or shigellosis. In an exam, it can come that this patient has been diagnosed with shigellosis. What does it mean? It will mean that this patient has what? Bacillary dysentery. So any of the terms can be used. Okay? Let's begin with bacillary dysentery or shigellosis. So this one is caused by the Shigella species. The other one, bacillary dysentery, it is caused by a bacteria. Okay, amoebic dysentery is not caused by a bacteria, but an amoeba. So we are beginning with the one that is caused by a bacteria, which is bacillary dysentery, or also known as what? Shigellosis. So what causes this? The causes usually are 4 strains or bacteria. The first one is Shigella frexneri. The second one is Shigella boite. The third one is Shigella dysenteria. The fourth one is Shigella sonnei. Okay? So they have those names, beautiful names by the way. Boite, sonnei, dysenteria, frexneri. In your study groups, you can name 1. You can name 4 of your friends these names. Predisposing factors. Predisposing factors. The question is, what is the difference between a predisposing factor and a cause? A predisposing factor would put someone at risk of developing a condition, not so. Then a cause is direct. So predisposing factor, they are abbreviated by 6 F's. 6 F's. The first F stands for fomite. What is a fomite? Any that
that has been in contact with an infectious source and is then able to cause or to transfer.
Yes, that's the one. That's the definition. A fomite is anything that is non-living, inanimate object, non-living object that could be a source of infection. Examples of fomites: the desk, your clothes, the phone, yes, the ball pen, all these. These are fomites. The books, the sweater, and the greatest format could be a face mask now, because the breathing. The other one is food. Okay, food is not a format. We are now on the 6Fs. So the first one was format. Number two, the food. Contaminated food, food that has not been prepared nicely, undercooked food. You're in the streets, you see someone roasting maize, you get. You look around, there's no toilet. They have a baby who is 3 months old. That baby needs to change diapers. There is no bottle of water for that mother to wash. There is no soap. Just know that the food that you might consume is contaminated. And by the way, as they are roasting the maize, then yes, they touch everywhere. They touch everywhere. Apart from that, if the heat is too much, they will even put saliva on it. Want to quench, they have been bent on the fingers, so they will spit on the fingers and touch your maize cob. It could be munkoyo. You have just seen someone selling munkoyo. What do you do? I need a cup. Do you know what they do? This is a bucket. They are brewing this munkoyo, and it's very cold like this time. A sweater like this one, even go like tasting of sugar. They will scoop using the palm. All the same pot. You are buying cassava, you don't even know which dish they used to make it soft. It could be the same dish they are using for washing nappies. Roasted, eaten. So food contaminated. The other F is feces. The other one is the fingers. Fingers. Untrimmed, your nails are longer, you cannot trim them. Fluids and flies. Okay? So if you count them, how many are they? The F's? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So this is very important for you to remember quickly when you have been asked what are the predisposing factors of dysentery. Now you are not writing fomites, you are not writing, you are remembering contaminated food. There is F in your statement, not so? Great. Then feces. How do you now qualify the issue of feces? Everyone should have a pit latrine somewhere, not so? Now, if everyone wishes, they can go anywhere, sit anywhere. For example, this is a community. You would find, you look outside, someone is seated there, defecating, another one here, another one there. There are communities where you will not spot a toilet. Then you ask yourself a question, where do these people go? You discover it's within. And when it is rain season, floods, washing everything in a stream, and people start drinking that water. We are very far from development. We need churches everywhere to to convert people. Fingers, fluid, flies, and issue of flies and covering of food. Food is left open. This could be a restaurant. They don't cover the food. Go into town, that's town center. Food is everywhere. People are cooking. There's no one who is covering anything. People are buying. Flies are everywhere. Okay? So those are predisposing factors. Let's go to mode of transmission. The mode of transmission of cholera, it is fecal oral route, feces to the mouth. Fecal oral route. That is a mode of transmission. You are eating feces. Okay? And this could be in food. We have seen a scenario where we have gardens dotted somewhere. What are they using to water those vegetables? The sewer. The sewer. Not just that, the vegetable that we consume, even this vegetable, do you know where it comes from? It's coming from very far there, contaminated with fecal matter. Even the gentleman who is transporting this has people that are seated on the same vegetable, gumboots there. They reach in your pot. No, don't cook vegetables for a long period of time. You destroy vitamins. So you have consumed the pure fecal matter. So fecal oral route. Yep. Incubation period. What is the incubation period? The time that can be marked. Did you see any growth?
Yes.
So incubation period 1 to 7 days. 1 to 7 days. What is the incubation period? Any definition?
Time between the entry of the disease or infection up to the time when there is manifestation of signs and symptoms.
That's the great definition. The time between the presence of this bacteria or virus in your body up until we're able to see your signs and symptoms. That's the incubation period. So for cholera, dysentery, sorry, for dysentery, it is 1 to 7 days. So even within a day, we can see signs. Okay, we can see signs. Let's go to the pathophysiology. So we'll continue from this point, from the pathophysiology, the next time that we meet. Well, let's finish the pathophysiology. So when the bacillus enters your gastrointestinal tract, and what are we naming this? We said this bacillus species, there are how many? There are 4. Number 1, number 2, number 4, number 3. So the very bacillus will enter your gastrointestinal tract. Now, take note that it invades your large intestines and not your small intestines. Okay? For cholera, it invades your small intestines. But for this one, your large intestines. And once they have invaded your large intestines, it will cause inflammation. Okay? It's the same inflammatory process that will lead to bleeding. Inflammation, eventually ulceration, we have bleeding. And when someone goes to the toilet, they see blood in stool. That is the dysentery. Okay? Signs and symptoms, number 1, Number 2, fever. All right. Why is the fever there?
This point of sudden onset.
Sudden onset of signs and
Is it a
symptoms.
sign and symptom?
It's just an opening statement, just to indicate to you that these signs and symptoms are abrupt. So the ideal ones, it's what is following after that. Number 1, fever. All right. Fever, which results from infection and inflammatory reaction. Dehydration. Where is the dehydration coming from? The vomiting, the diarrhea. Okay. Abdominal discomfort, a lot of pain because of the inflammation, the nausea and vomiting, chronic abdominal pains, bloody diarrhea, blood diarrhea, passage of blood diarrhea. This is accompanied by urgency and tenesmus. What is urgency? You have gone to the toilet, you want to open your bowels. Your mind says you need to open your bowels, but there's nothing coming out. You come out, you still want to go back, but there is nothing. Okay? We will continue from this end. For now, we end here.